konec koukat na Ferda hrozné, jako. To má nic, vole.
Ani měsíc.
No. Má tam jeden kalich. To tam Maxim ring.
A se dějí správně?
Jo.
Jak se jmenuje?
Marek Kouřimský.
Kouřimský?
Jo, Marek Kouřimský. Na vzhůru už to musím muset pak udělat jenom jednou.
Hello everyone, we are back with another match here. In semifinals, we have Tomáš Cunderlik that we just saw in the last match, defeating Chant. This time against Affinity, that's much tougher matchup from the reasons that we explained it in the last match, where if the Affinity deck can draw an Urban Ravager, you can actually respond to Living End by sacrificing all of your creatures, and then they will come back. Also, the Affinity deck is really fast, so sometimes you can just kill them before they're able to combo you off. Also, you can like put counters on an Inkmo Nexus, or even just use plating to deal 5 poisons or even poison or even more. And if they kill your whole board, you can just kill them with a Nexus on the following turn.
Yeah, assuming they don't get any reach creatures from the graveyard.
Yep.
But
Also they have Fulminators, so it's not that easy, but yeah, I'm curious of how this matchup is going to play out here.
Okay, so I think Marek doesn't Tomáš doesn't have any lands in his hand.
So seems like a pretty clear mulligan here.
And Marek has the Arbor Ravager in his hand, so assuming that he can keep his hand, this should be
looking pretty good for him. Yeah. We actually took a look at Mike Kourimsky sideboard, and he doesn't have too much against the Living End deck. He has only one Chalice of the Void, which is below average, I would say. There's no Blood Moon, no Relic, no Stubborn Denial, nothing like that.
There are two Totises, but they are not really that good as the counter spells for the reasons we explained when he was playing against the Gent player.
He actually has one Rule of Law. That card is great.
That works. That
Yep.
works. Yeah. Okay. So Rule of Law actually goes around Living End, so Rule of Law is very good, and actually that could be a really trump card because. As we saw, Thomas's sideboard, he doesn't have that much cards that can deal with enchantment.
Yeah, he has 3 Beast Withins, but that's about it.
Like other than that, we don't really see that much that he can bring in to make this matchup that much better. But Chalice and Roll of Law are very good.
And it looks like he just drew another Ravager.
Okay, so let's see how explosive he can get on his first turn.
By the way, there is an interesting interaction with Ravager. Sometimes when you have potentially like two Ravagers or some other key creature like Master of Ethereum or Steel Overseer, you actually don't want to sacrifice all of your creatures because of the Fairy Macabre. Sometimes you just want to sacrifice like three because that's enough for you to kill your opponent next turn. And if they Macabre you, then you can just like respond by sacrificing the remaining creatures.
Like Mark doesn't know that, but we do that. Thomas actually isn't playing Fairy Macabre,
Yep.
but this thing, I guess it will be on his mind.
So Mari was actually able to play turn 1 Ravager thanks to using Mox Opals such as Lotus Petal. He activated his Nexus to turn on Metalcraft. Then he added mana with Mox, and then he just played another one and played turn 1 Ravager, which I like a lot. What do you think about playing that Ravager instead of Steel Overseer on turn 1? And did he just drew the Overseer or?
No, no, no. I think he drew the second land. Like there are some pros and cons to playing to taking this line. Like if he is afraid that Thomas just has like Simian Spirit Guide and he can go off,
Yep.
but that shouldn't be like isn't that much of a factor because like Thomas doesn't have even that many creatures in his
Yeah.
graveyard.
Yeah, I think I
So
would just play the Overseer
yeah,
first.
me too. Like in game one, you won't see that many interactions. In game one, you won't see that many interactions between those two decks. It's just like the matchup that we covered before, the Anauseum versus Affinity. This is just like pure race. There are some differences because Thomas has some removal spells and Fulminator mages, but aside from that, it's just pretty clear race.
Yeah. But given that there is this dance with Ravager and there is some interaction living in deck, it's actually not that boring. So I'm actually looking forward to this match quite a bit. So let's see how it will develop.
So we see here that Thomas has three cascade spells in his hand and a living end and I guess another land.
Doesn't
So
have too many to.
yeah, so like I mean the living end will not even be that good because there are like two creatures in his graveyard.
Yep. And the Ravager makes just so much worse. Mark is deciding whether he should activate his Nexus because it just adds one more creature to the potential living end,
Like
but he just doesn't care.
I don't like that. Like, actually,
I think it's fine. Like I think he's okay if Thomas plays the Cascade spell here. He doesn't know that Thomas has like four of them or whatever. If he had only one, then just like getting rid of it is fine with you. Okay, here comes the outburst, which is basically just fog that also kills the Nexus. Obviously, it brings back the couple of creatures, but that is not gonna be a huge factor facing down the Steel Overseer.
okay, and also note that Thomas already has one copy of Living End in his deck, in his hand. Sorry. So that means any additional Living Ends.
Did he not
What
sacrifice the creatures to
what
Ravager?
happened?
Oh, okay, okay,
He
he did.
did. He did.
Okay, I was surprised for a minute. Okay, okay. So everything's good. He still has his second main phase, so he can deploy the second Ravager here.
And sorry, as I was saying, he has already one copy of Living End. So that means that the other Living End that he will probably need to cast in this game is just the last one that he can do.
Yeah,
I mean, like, it's not the end of the world. He has some lands, so he can just start deploying those big monsters by just fairly
yeah.
tapping 5 mana for them, but
The problem is that like Steel Overseer is just so powerful that no matter how big your creatures are, the Marek's creatures are eventually just gonna be bigger. Thomas just drew Gassy Girlfriend though, which can help with that a lot. Yeah, he sees that the Overseer is eventually gonna overpower him, so he's just like trying to finish the game as soon as possible.
And what can Marek do next turn is just to force Thomas to have to play the other living end by just like piling his counters on the Inkmondixes. And after that happens, the board will actually look very, very good for Marek. Because Thomas won't have any creatures on board, and Marek still gets back his Ravagers and still Overseer.
Yeah, here you just see the power of Arcbound Ravager in this matchup. It's pretty close to unbeatable in game one. If the living end player doesn't draw the beast with him to deal with it. So he's just like
But like,
making some math. Like, do I want to block? Do I want to attack? What do you think?
yeah, I was thinking exactly the same. Like Mark has to have the idea of just being dead on the swing back in his head with the attack, but I think he can manage that. Like the forefront can get +1
Plus one
currently, but he
and a
has a land in
trample.
his hand, so trample and +2. And if he leaves something like, I don't know, the bigger Avenger, if he leaves that in to block, just should be good.
Yeah, thing about Steel Overseer is just that every single turn your creatures are just gonna get bigger. So everything that you should be doing is just to survive as long as possible because every single turn is just gonna be better and better for you. So getting too much aggressive isn't a great idea.
Yeah, we are seeing just that. Okay, so I do. Do you know why would he animate Nexus right here?
Well, he just wants to take the least amount of damage possible, so maybe he just wants to like chomp and sacrifice it to Ravager. Oh, it kinda. Is he not blocking with his Ravager? Maybe he's just like deciding what to do.
Yeah, but that won't work for him very well, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't he just dead? Well, he can put counters on the Ingram Nexus with
no, no,
Ravagers.
no. He's very much not. Okay, wait. I think that just yeah, he has Galvanic Blast.
Oh,
So
okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
so unless anything goes wrong, we will see Marek taking this game one because he
Yep.
can just activate Overseer end of turn,
Kill him with
yeah,
Nexus.
and kill him with Nexus. Also has a Blighting in his hand, but
Yep. Yeah, that should be more than enough. That's at least 6 counters from the Ravagers. Then he can also sacrifice Mox, Steel Overseer, and the
and he
other.
also gets to untap with still Overseer. I do that
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
again. So yeah,
It's something like 13 poison damage.
so we'll be seeing
I think
Marek.
that even without the Galvanic Blast, he would be okay, but this way, Thomas is just dead.
Yeah, I think it would be enough. Like he needed to put 5 additional counters on the Nexus to not die. And
Actually,
for
more because it was a 6-6.
yeah, I know, but he need to put only 5 additional counters, like beside from
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
Steel
okay,
Overseer.
okay, yeah. Oh, he actually
Yeah, but
decided to not kill him. Well, he probably didn't see it. Maybe he was playing around. Yeah, he probably just didn't see it. That being said, he's still in a great spot.
like we don't clearly see how much life does Tomáš have, because this could be lethal by itself, but I don't know why did he do that.
Yeah, this is just a 10 damage. So yeah, so Marek probably is just enjoying his camera time, and he wants to win for longer. But yeah, he could have just killed him. But that's happened. It was a long day, and the affinity deck isn't easy for sure.
Yeah, that's like the thing with Affinity that most people don't know that there are so many decisions in like in the first two
Yeah.
to three turns that you have to play them very correctly because you just have to play around it. So much removal spells, sometimes you get discarded around counter spells and such things. So it's not like pretty straightforward beat down. You just have to think a lot.
Yeah. Despite what most people believe, like every single deck in Magic is super hard to play correctly. Even the aggressive decks, and Affinity is actually one of the hardest decks in Modern, in my opinion, especially the math with Ravager. Like for example, if you play against a deck with Treasure Storm, sometimes you want to sacrifice your whole board and put all of your counters on Nexus, and those decisions, whether that's right or not, are super complicated. I want to ask Friesel. Yeah, but Mario is just giving him an opening. I don't know. It's super unlikely, but imagine that Tomas had something like two dismembers to kill the master here, and then give trample and plus O to the street where he would just win in a game where he had 0%. Obviously, he doesn't even play dismember, but why give him the why give him the outs?
Actually, I see that Mark even had lethal. If he decided to just attack with everything and then sacrifice the Mox Opal, that was 12 damage, assuming that
Yeah,
Thomas was at 12 in his turn. It's in Mark's turn.
was only just for 11.
No, no, no. I think I
Oh
counted
yeah, he can
it.
sacrifice the
The
other
Mox Opal, yeah.
Ravager. Yeah, 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 okay.
Or the Mox Opal, even. I guess that would be. I think that would be lethal too.
Either way, now we're just gonna see the desperate living end again. Let's see if Mark decides to activate the Nexuses because
Which is probably not the right play.
yeah, I mean he has more than lethal even without the Nexus. So why would you do that? Especially when there is the 3-4 guy that shoots flyers. Well, it actually doesn't matter, but
Like, I mean, how many creatures does Thomas have in his graveyard? Like three, right? But I guess,
I
like,
don't think he
if.
has enough to
Like,
steal the game from Mark.
yeah, like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, I know.
he can cycle like two creatures and then.
I don't like this play at all. He has more than enough damage on the board even without plating. Now he doesn't have the option of blocking with those nexuses potentially. Like what if Thomas just like plays to cycle creatures right now and then
No, this is lethal on the backswing because he has the Deadshot Minotaur in his graveyard. So wait, okay,
let's see what
never
will
mind.
happen.
Because I thought that I saw another cycler in Thomas's hand, so he could have like proceeded to cycle creature, then cascade spell, and then with a cascade ball front he could have lethal on the backswing. But that's probably not what is happening. Okay, and
Right.
note this is the last living end of this game, so Thomas has to find another way to actually win this game.
But now this Gesic Wolfram can actually just kill him, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I
No,
mean, it might not kill him because of Ravager, but he'll have to sacrifice all of his creatures to actually have enough toughness, right? Well, this master, we
like
will
we
see.
are obviously blocking with the master, and then with the two Ravagers, and yeah, as you said, I guess we'll have to see.
This game is a lot closer than I thought. Thomas also has copy of Demonic Dread. That doesn't really change much.
Does not.
But if he plays land, he can make the 7 power creature, so he would need to sacrifice.
At least only two. Like
Yeah. Yeah, Mark is probably still gonna win this game, I think.
yeah, despite the missteps he made in some of the turns, I still don't see him losing this game.
No tak jako ideální by pro nás bylo dostat jenom z té osmičky, ale jako... Já myslím, že ne.
Modern. No. Nějaký jo, ale tak to není všechno, to nějak musí dokombit celý.
To udělám nějak na půl, nebo já nevím.
Co?
To je pain, co?
Já to kam hlavně minulý ten ekran jsem dělal celý, že jo? Měl dobrý 5 kg, to udělám celý. Cítíte se vlastně ty tohle, konec na odehrát to, ne? Okay, so right now Thomas is in the tank and he's just thinking about if he can just like attack, force Marek to block and still win through that Kasig front, but I don't really see that happening.
Yeah, he doesn't have any other option than just attack and hope that Mark will mess up somehow.
Yeah, so he blocked as we thought, and now we'll have to see what happens.
Okay.
Já to nechci. No my, že jo, to musíme udělat, ale...
Jak dlouho to trvá třeba?
Třeba hodinu a půl by trvalo všechno, takže to
Tak to je tak jasný.
Já jsem možná hodinu prostě půlku z toho. Jako by běž do příští posilu, co by to nechal, ale to je v pohodě.
Když něco vymyslíš, to je jedno, ne?
No.
So yeah, this block should be enough for Marek to survive. And then he's just gonna win on the backswing. As we said, there are no other copies of Living End in Thomas' deck, so I don't really see how he can survive the next turn. Yeah, someone in chat pointed out that if he had one more green mana, he could have killed one of the blockers and then give the creature trample and win. Obviously that, yeah.
And like, I don't like the sacrificing of the Inkmon Nexus like right now, because Mark isn't the first one that has to do anything.
Yeah.
And you just give the counter to the other Ravager, right? Yeah. And Thomas has the Byzantine in his hand, so he probably wants to at least try to survive another turn.
That will be pretty hard.
I think so too.
Marek is probably considering one more violent outburst. He probably doesn't know that there's
And
no more living ends in the deck.
yeah, he
If he's
cannot.
attacking only with the Ravager, then the Beastiten is gonna get him. Ugh, that's rough. Yeah. So yeah, we will see one more draw step for Thomas here.
I mean, like, this game is a lot closer than it should have been. You should see Peter's face right now.
Anyways, he should probably just activate the Nexus and put counter on that in case um, Thomas has one more living end, because he won't be able to bring back his creatures anymore now that the Ravager is gonna be gone. Hmm? Yeah. Looks like that's exactly what Mark is doing.
Okay,
Miniature
so
Mage.
does full meter match do anything?
It means that he will probably survive the next turn, right?
Yeah, but it's like only a temporary stop, right?
Yep. But as we saw, anything is possible. So I guess we will see. By the way, we should tell the players that he doesn't get token if he sacrifices the Ravager.
But I don't think that this would have happened. He just let it die and then
Okay, okay.
modular the counters.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's like no reason to just do it.
Yep. So let's see.
Wait, what? He just passed the turn?
I guess so.
It's just weird, like, you have this almost a 10-10 Master of Ethereum and just not attacking. I guess he's really enjoying this camera time.
He really is.
So he only attacked with Nexus, which seems kind of odd considering that the Master is a Full Meter Mage. But like, We know that Thomas isn't going to do anything about this because he just has to draw a runner, runner, runner to even keep himself alive. Like,
Yeah.
this game could last for like, I don't know, 2 more turns, but Mark is certainly gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, just as like, alright, he's fulminating the Nexus, so we will see one more draw. There's just nothing he can draw at this point, right? The creatures are just so big that the Cacique doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah, it does not.
And Marek is just threatening lethal turn after turn.
I guess the best option is just to attack and
I
hope.
mean, he has to attack, the 4/4
Yeah.
has to attack, so.
Okay, but it would be correct to do that even if it didn't have to. Like, you have to just hope.
Hope that he will
Yeah,
somehow
hope.
mess up.
Mess up the blocks.
And here, once again, Marek is not playing around the
Yeah, and
double dismember or something crazy.
someone asked in the chat, Thomas should be at. But Thomas should be at 12.
Alright,
Yeah,
just
this is
spamming in.
the desperation move.
She's just like, shields down, I'm dead. So let's see if Marek will be able to finish this game off next turn. What happened?
Thomas has scoops.
Okay. So 102 Marek here.
Okay, we already talked a little bit about the sideboard of Marek, the Affinity player, and he has cards that he can bring in. There's Chalice of the Void, Rule of Law, and two Thoughtseizes. Know that he also has Gravedigger's Cage in his sideboard, but that actually doesn't do anything because creatures from Living End go to exile. The creatures you have in graveyard go to exile and then to the battlefield. They are not going in straight from the graveyard, so Gravedigger's Cage effect doesn't affect that.
Yeah, actually 5 years ago when I was 17, I was in a GP. And I didn't know that, and I was playing Splinter Twin against Living End, and I boarded in the Gravedigger's Cage. And I actually kept a horrible hand with just one land based on the Gravedigger's Cage because I thought that the Living End can beat it, and didn't work out very well for me. And the Cage just doesn't interact with Living End in any way.
Also, Marek has two ensnaring bridges in his sideboard, but those are not very good because Thomas just has so much artifact removal after sideboard.
Yep. It might still be wards to bring those in though.
You think?
I'm not sure, it might be. You're still able to attack even with Bridge on the field. Just all you need is to have like 1 or even 0 cards in case of Ornithopter, and then after you attack, you can just like equip plating to the creature, or just put counters on it with Ravager or something along those lines.
Yeah, and I thought we already said that, but Thomas has two ley lines of the void. Sorry, excuse me, four ley lines of the void in his sideboard. I think not enough people are bringing those in because they are not that afraid about the Ravager, and you should be. You should be bringing all four ley lines. Kouřimky.
Too bad, silly boy. So we are back here for the second game of our semifinals match. Looks like a pretty fast start for Marek here. Let's see if he has Avenger this game. Looks like he does not. He has Dotties in his hand, but
Like,
he will have to settle with
Like
his
he
overseas.
might have it, but just decided not to play it.
Looking at his hand,
He has Totsis,
Yep.
which is by far the worst card, worst sideboard card he could have, but
Still
it's better
pretty good.
than nothing, right? Okay, that's still another airborne Ravager.
What do you think about playing this World Skirt before playing Dotties? I mean, if he's gonna see that Thomas is gonna play a Cascade spell next turn for sure, then he will just not play the Volt Skirt
Yeah, I
afterwards.
understand what you mean, but okay, so
So yeah, he just
Okay,
takes the Outburst and hope that Thomas won't draw under a Cascade spell.
yeah, for sure. But like the thing is, I don't even know if I want to play this Bolt Scourge without the Ravager anyway, because he will draw two extra.
Thing is that you're not gonna beat the Cascade spell anyway, so you might as well just put the maximum amount of pressure you can.
Probably yes.
I mean, if he's gonna put 5 creatures and play one lifelink, it's not gonna save you. I'm surprised that Thomas decided to play the Swamp instead of the Coupling Gorge.
No, it was a fetch land actually, but
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. Alright, here comes the Street Raid. Can he draw the Cascade spell? Looks like he did not. I see a Fulminator Mage
yes,
and the
Immature.
Immature, which are good cards in the matchup, but not what he wants to see here.
He might be too slow.
He has to kill the Overseer now, though.
of course. Like if you do not do that, you just take incremental amounts of damage next
Yeah.
turn.
Alright. So for them, it's your turn.
And did you see the last card in Mark's hand?
No.
Me neither, but I was just asking if you did.
Yeah, for them, it's your turn is actually a pretty bad number because that's a 4 turn clock, not 3 turn clock, unless you draw something to add to the board. Yep, so Thomas has like 2 or 3 turns to draw something here.
Yeah, I saw Marek draw. I saw that Marek drew Master of Ethereum this turn, but he still needs a land for that.
Yeah, and it's actually a pretty good play by Thomas, sacrificing both Simeon's Spirit Guide and Fulminator Mage just to kill the one land. Didn't seem great, but he was rewarded by Marek drawing the Master.
Okay, and here's the other land, so we just play Master here. I think the other card is Echo Champion in his hand. I'm not 100% sure, but
Doesn't seem super great in this matchup. Here comes the Master. Alright, that means that Thomas is dead next turn, so
Yeah,
he
that's
needs to
7
find
damage.
a Cascade spell right now.
Yeah, we know the other card is blank. It's the Spirit Guide, I think.
So, let's see.
Was it?
And
I think it was Demonic Dread actually.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yes,
That's
it was
actually
that's sick.
insane.
Yeah, that's sick.
Ugh, that's brutal.
Oh,
Well, he already.
he missed one.
Can you just go tell them?
Yeah. Co?
Tak jasný. Jako břízák bude spavnit taky, jo. Když přijde třeba ve středu. Tak. Jakoby bětka odlítá ve středu, nikdy. Takže od středy to můžu dělat. A bude mít nějaký zařizování ve městě ve středu.
No,
Abych nějak odpoledne mohl nabrat prostě na večer a až skončí downtime, tak prostě nebudu tady. Co? Jako mám s tím 10 jedna teďka. Je to dost pohodě, ale jako tak hrajou 8 na tom se nějaký debilové vždycky mi to přijde. Ne, když se mi to bezruší zatím, ale možná bude bezrušení.
Jaký solungarsko mandáč?
Kouřinky.
To opravdu tak, ale...
Co tam jak se zlepšilo?
4-2. Já jsem dostal 4-1, dostal 4-3 a šel jsem do prdele.
Kuchní 4-0.
Kurva.
A když jste hrál? Když jste hrál?
Vím no. Veteran extra. To Kenji včera opravdu. Počkej, víš to, jo.
Já jsem ale dneska se hrá o 8.
Jo, kolik bylo lidí?
Asi 5. Přesně tak, ne?
A ty jsi zahrál Petře žádnou dobu.
Tak komentoval jsem s Pekounem.
Ráno jsme se dohodli s Petrem, že bychom to mohli komentovat.
Ale mám takovou blbou situaci, já jsem takový jeho mentora, jako na Kipka, a ty tak odjíždí, spolu ve svém máš to zpátky. No. Takže mohl bych něco přijednat pěchu, nebo bych mohl zahrát s tím.
Já nemám žádný to. Já nevím, jestli nějaký máme.
Zkus říct tomu Klemešovi.
Nebo já nevím, jestli
Máš mu na starý mentor, potřebuješ mu na starý
No
mentor.
a jednoho teď na poslední kolo bych mohl dohrát.
Dobrá, teď ho pustím.
Ej, super, zachrání vlastně. Já mohu vrátit a doběhnu sem.
Týpek, co hraje Levinken, prostě kaskadoval. Vytočil Levinken a naši synové jel dál prostě. Tak jsme tam jeli zastavit, jak je tam řeší judge. Mimochodem to frýzlo. Jo.
Tak to je libový. Jako líbí se mi ten Greg znovu, myslím, že to je v pohodě. Těch lidí, jak Cunderlik.
Budeš pak tady nebo?
No, oni někdy, když tak
Kolik
to
to hraje
dáme
do
Finči stáne.
státu?
Já hraju ten
To
komand
libový
ještě.
extrémně, kámo,
Dobrá.
právě. Se mi taky líbí, jo. Hlavně, kámo, hraješ 4 tygy, prostě, tady vždycky už je ta hra taková vyrovnaná, že už jde to prohrát. A pošli to
Kolik hraješ těch ancestrálu?
Taky na cestě trojmanových? 3. To akorát tak bych řekl.
Já bych řekl.
Co to za kartu?
Víc 3,
Kapotrus.
straš 3.
No jasně, no, tak to
Co
hraju.
číslo není
To hraju, jo.
So what happened was that Thomas went for the cascade spell and he cascaded into living end, but none of the players saw it, so he went down for another living end, and judge just backed up the cards and gave warning for looking extra cards.
Yep. As a result, we're probably just gonna see a game 3. Because this one is pretty much over. I mean, Marek can still draw.
Galvanic
No,
Blast.
the Chewer is gonna destroy the monks, but he has a
Yep,
champion in
yep.
hand.
Okay, so
Okay,
actually
okay.
he did not destroy the Mox Opal.
So now he can just play as a champion and kill him next turn. Well, in fact, he would have drawn the land anyways, even if Thomas
Yep.
destroyed the monks. So it didn't matter, but yeah. So what Thomas could have done was instead of killing the overseer, which he didn't really which wasn't really doing anything, he could have destroyed the monks, and then with a free put non-land on top of Marek's deck. Then he wouldn't be able to cast his Edge champion and would die in 2 turns. Instead, he's just gonna die to the Edge champion.
I mean, like he can play another living end. Thomas can play another living end, but doesn't accomplish
This is
anything.
for 17, right? That's not lethal.
I didn't do the math, but I trust you. That's 17, yeah.
Yeah.
And as I was saying, Thomas can just do it over again, but that doesn't actually accomplish anything because Marek will get all of his creatures back as a result.
Ooh.
Okay,
So
so
he actually double
that
2
is-
times
that
in a row.
is- Yeah, that is that is exactly enough. Okay, so at least we will see again 3, I guess.
Marek should let this cascade resolve so that he at least see how Thomas boarded. But yeah, this is pretty unfortunate for Marek. Thomas needed to top deck 2 times in a row to actually win this game.
And he actually did that. He's looking now. He's now looking through Thomas's deck. Yeah, but in game 3, Mark is gonna be on play, which makes a huge difference because the affinity deck can just go and play all the cards on turn 1 to 2. smala tady.
Takže řekni nějak tu středu teda, já to nechci.
Je dobrý? Kolik jsi zapojit tu fleku? Za ten týden.
Dost toho nesmím maličkem. Když jsem hrál ten český nebyl
Grandmaster, kámo, 35 životů Grandmaster, to je pečku.
to je spíš chvilku jako dengy, no, to je jako tam
To je hrozná honitba ten deck, kámo. Ten deck nebo ten dick?
to je to se jak
Aha, to je dobré.
A co Čandřice, kolik hraješ, 2? A je to brutální?
to je prostě naprosto neuvěřitelné. To jediný je, že jsme nějak poslat, ale nevím, se.
No to je jasný.
Nejde vůbec.
Jako Čandra je docela průměrná.
Kámo, na fresku třeba, na fresku neodsajdovám jednu Čandru. Vždycky prostě vyhrám na Čandru, to je tak dobrý. Váňo, tam někdo ukradne, vole?
13.
Co?
Rok?
Jako za tak hodinu.
No jsme tady byl minulý Eternalu.
No začínali tak stejně, to bylo.
No přetočila mě dřív, vole. Trochu. Malinko. My už máme asi 124 lidí. No.
124 lidí.
No. A ten zprovaný včera přilákal německý kamarády, že na lékačku. Tady se koukali.
Kdyby Břigy streamoval draft, tak to bylo dobrý.
To si taky myslím.
Asi jo.
Podle mě, kdybychom tady spořovali hodinu v kameru, tak je to
To
určitě
asi jo.
veselý.
Tak to balí baterie jako pena.
Extrémní.
Je to na kameru, to jo. Ve třetí hře, to jo. To je tu Intera.
Teda. This is my first ganja post this day.
So it looks like Tomas doesn't have a land once again, so he'll have to mulligan to 6.
My se podíváme, jak se balí brko.
And the same goes for Marek, so we will see a mirror of six cards hand.
Does it favor anyone if they go both to 6 cards?
Excuse me?
Does it favor anyone if they go both to 6 cards?
It favors the living end deck for sure, right? I mean, they have one less card to get to the cascade spell, but if they do, the fact that they had one less card isn't that important, but the affinity deck just operates on having a significant amount of artifacts, and just like being down a card is super huge for them.
Jasně, no. To si streamuje. Takový policajtí, jo.
Jak je pokeše.
Bílý čaroděj.
Asi je princ na bílém koně. So I see that Thomas has one land hand, but that's actually the hand is not keepable, I think, because he has one land, the Leyline of the Void, and 4/3 mana spells. So
I actually think that he's gonna keep it.
you think?
Yeah. I'm actually pretty sure. Did you see what Marek has?
I did not. Spellskite. I see Spellskite.
Essentially,
And I see the rule of law that we talked
Okay.
about.
so assuming he has at least some lands, he's gonna keep for sure. I'm curious whether Thomas is gonna keep or not. I think he shouldn't, but
You think he will? Yes, he
Yeah, he
will.
did. Yeah.
And he scries Cycler on the top.
Well, that's
Yeah.
probably the best card he
Yeah,
could have
that's a
hoped
no-brainer. Yeah.
for. Yeah. So both players
Yeah,
kept
and
that
Mark kept as
card on
well.
top. That's one of the advantages of the affinity deck. The fact that they don't play any fetch lands means that if they scry to the top, they always get to draw that card.
Yeah, like it's not that significant, but you are right.
Yeah, and if Marek draws a Mem Knight or Ornithopter, we can actually see a turn 2 roll of law potentially.
Um, yeah, but like Spellskite isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's gonna protect the roll of law from something like a Beast Within. So it's actually gonna be pretty good this game, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
All he needs now is just some source to deal damage. Spellsky, Signal Plus isn't ideal, it's just gonna deal 1 damage turn. I mean, it's a start, but he would much rather see something like a Steel Overseer here, or Plating.
For sure.
Můžeš se udělat ten rozhovor?
Mě skládej tady, tak se vrátíme tam.
No. A teda jste dělat to na zbytně. Se na to podívá, pak si to.
Looks like Tomas has drawn into second land and a Street Raid, so not so bad considering the hand he kept.
Yeah, but like he has no interaction with the rule of law, so
Yeah.
it's going to be that backbreaking for him.
I mean, he will probably just have to cast those spells, cast those creatures the hard way, and like Marek doesn't really have a pressure to punish him, so it might work out for him.
I think
assuming
Mark
he draws
is
the lands.
master of Ethereum, so
Oh, okay.
this plan is just not going to work, I guess. And also, like Thomas doesn't have that many lands, so okay. So he drew land in Gochur, which is pretty ideal considering what's going on board.
Yeah, he just has to call the spell scan, I guess.
I don't know why.
Well, full major doesn't seem to do much. I'm
Like
very surprised that he didn't kill the spell guide because he doesn't have fourth land, and if he kills the spell guide, then at least if he draws a beast with, then he can kill the rule of law.
yeah, but like I guess he wasn't in a rush to play, to just like play the Ingoture. Maybe he just wanted to be more mana efficient
Yeah,
next
I
turn.
guess.
Okay, another cascade spell just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it was just basically a blank draw.
Yeah, land would be better. Okay, and now he played the Ingoture, but actually went after the Master of Ethereum.
I
Yeah, I
actually don't like that because
Yeah, and I think Marek correctly let it die.
the 2 life from a spell guide isn't really an issue, and you just gave him an option whether the spell guide or master is more important to him.
Okay, now
Mark
he
just
drew
drew a
Ravager,
Ravager.
which isn't actually that good considering Thomas has the ley line, but like it's still a threat.
Yeah, it's
Better
still a
one.
pretty big creature.
Yeah. Oh, and he also has Steel Overseer, if I see it correctly. I guess you just deploy that, right?
Yeah. And he just drew a living again, so one more blank, I guess. 3 mana 2/2. Do you attack here?
Uh,
Probably
I
would. I don't.
guess you do.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna take it, so it's free to damage. I think he just drew. Was it a champion or plaything?
Might be Ornithopter.
Oh, another master. Oh, he actually can cast it because of rule of law.
Yep. So there
Maybe playing that Ornithopter wasn't so great.
was a slight misstep on Mark's side.
Yeah, obviously he didn't realize it. Otherwise, he would have just played a master. But
Maybe he thought it only worked for his opponent. I don't know.
or he thought that it was similar to Years from Canonist, where it
Yep.
doesn't apply to artifacts. It's rule of law. It says that you can play only one spell every turn, which means that if you play Cascade spell, you can cast the Living Hand.
Yeah, now he just slams the master, and I guess we'll see a pretty reasonable attack this turn.
Yeah, Bisuten doesn't even help him because there's a Spellskite on the board. So he
Yeah,
actually
and-
needs to deal with Spellskite first and then draw the Bisuten.
And this is 7 damage. So we have a two turn clock, I guess. And next turn he can even kill through some ground blockers, considering he has the Ravager on the battlefield.
Yeah. And another Cascade spell. It's just not gonna cut it. And another 3 mana 2/2. Yeah, so the only thing that Marek should be worrying about at this point is Dismember, and since he have a Spellskite in play, he can just safely go for the win here.
Yeah, we hope so.
He even drew Thoughtseize to make sure that the coast
Yeah,
is
so like
clear.
the attack this turn is super safe.
Well, maybe he will put the counters on the Nexus and forget about the Fulminator.
No, I know this. This is a I win attack. So there's probably no way that Mark is gonna lose this game, or like more not win it on this turn.
You would be surprised.
Like anything can happen.
So all Marek has to do is to put counters on on the Ornithopter. But he decides not to.
We will see what's on his mind. There are more questions about that card, that enchantment that Marek is playing. It's rule of law, and it says that no more than one spell can be cast each turn by one player. So that means if Thomas would cast the cascade spell, he no longer can cast the living end that cascades from it.
Yeah, congratulations to Marek Kourimsky to extending to the finals. We will see him there in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned. Sedí stejně ten afinitář?
Jo. A ten druhý tohle řidičej. Na něj měla. Když ten to byl, jo. Valentin, no. Valentin Schneider. A hraje Eldrazáky.
To je takový paint, jo.
Tak na mě ani
To je
nesejdoval,
víckrát.
jako.
No tam?
No, ten dával ani ten zase několik. Nemá, no.
Hraje Eldrazáky.
Jo, Uba. Napiš tam Uba možná.
Jako Disenchant je lepší než ten zase, ale...
UV Eldrazy.
Here we are for the finals of our modern main event here at Prague Journal. We have Marek Kourimsky that we saw in the last match with Affinity against Valentin Schneider with Blue White Eldrazi. Valentin is taking mulligan. We've actually seen Valentin in one of our future matches before during this day, so you might be familiar with this deck list already.
Hey, was that the guy that played in the last round? Against
think
Tomáš
so.
Vlček? Yeah, okay. So it seems that Valentin is taking mulligan and Mark is happy with the 7. Jaký sračky úplně?
Co?
Jaký sračky bych říkal? Česky dávám, že to
Jejce?
nemám. Okay, so here we see a much better hand from Valentin.
Does he have Eldrazi Temple or Hyphagen?
I think he has both actually.
Oh, okay.
So this hand's pretty gross.
Yeah.
He also has Sky Spawner.
Turn 2 Sky Spawner, which is great in this matchup, can block Signal Pass or the Nexus.
Yeah, but
Nexus
Yeah, like
or-
there is a question because I think he has Dotnots here also, and if he has both of those Eldrazi lands, do you just play turn 2 Sky Spawner on turn 2?
It depends. Like, usually you're just gonna play the Totons here because Affinity can just like get rid of their cards from hand so quickly that anytime you can get a card with the Totons here, it's just gonna be great for you.
Yeah, and Valentin also drew Dismember, which will be great in this curve. Because you can like turn one Dismember into turn 2 Totnos here, then play Sky
Yeah.
Spawner, and I also see Drowner of Hope in his hand.
Yep.
Poslední kdo vadil by po coverageu, jestli by se přiblížili hráči,
My už jakoby končíme potom.
Jak přiblížili?
jako nestáli 5 metrů daleko, ale třeba...
Jo, to je nám jedno úplně.
Vám to je úplně jedno. Protože já jsem si že to bylo kvůli vám, že aby tam...
Ne, v pohodě, v pohodě.
OK. Je přibližně.
So yeah, he can just dismember this master, follow it up with Totons here for the Stealovers here, and then just go from there.
Yeah, like even though Marek had a pretty great start, the Dismember is going to wreck him.
Yeah. Here you just see the power of the Eldrazi decks. The fast mana is just so powerful. Like a turn 2 4/4, get rid of a card, is just insane.
Okay, and
Marek doesn't like it either.
it's a pretty great hit also. He took a Steel Overseer, and Marek has, I guess, his City of Brass, right? In his hand.
Oh yeah, it's land for sure. Well, that's a pretty good draw at least.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't really accomplish anything because Valentin actually top decked another Dismember.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
And
so
this is gonna be
this-
a fast game.
It's going to be pretty gross next turn.
Yeah, even if Marek draws a plating next turn, it's not gonna be
Also
lethal.
displacer.
And next turn Valentin can actually play the Drowner, and that's just gonna be game over. A ještě to updatením, ono se to freeze.
Zítra ráno. Prague.
Se budou nějaký výpeky.
Já mám výpeky.
Mára má vždycky výpeky. Jestli
Když se koukáte za Vánoce, nebo to je zase?
to finále. Ne, tam bylo už.
Že jste psal ty golfy.
I like ganja very much because it makes me high.
Indeed.
To bude skvělý, jo.
So this game is pretty much over. Valentin is going to be able to play Drowner next turn if he draws land, and that's just
He
going to
doesn't even
look up the game.
He doesn't even need to draw the land. He has the silent token.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, so Marek needs... I don't even know.
Actually, it's pretty funny. Like Valentin is at 11, but he dealt 8 damage to himself.
Yeah. This game is not even competitive at this point. Yep. It's not gonna do anything. Attack for 1. I'm not...
Okay,
He's just
you
jump attacking with Signal Pest.
Oh yeah, he is actually. What? I don't really see why would you do that.
Well, it worked out pretty good for him because Valentin didn't
Realize
get
that-
the opportunity. Well, it still might be better for him because if he takes 3, then Marek can actually draw something like double Galvanic Blast to win the game. I don't know.
Yeah, like he's gonna attack for 5, it puts Mark at 11,
Yeah, he's just that next turn.
and that
That's
is
true.
lethal for next turn. You just slam the Drowner, and then you have lethal on next turn. At least it's kind of nice after 1.5 hour semifinals have pretty quick finals.
I mean, we will see about that. But yeah, so far it seems that way.
Considering that he even has a dismember in his hand, he just can like play the displacer, blink something, then play the dismember, clear the board, and swing for 11. Okay, Master wasn't bad.
It was definitely one of his better draws. It's probably not gonna be enough, but well, now he just put himself
He's
dead to
dead.
dismember, right?
Yeah, I think so. This is 4 damage only, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So dismember
So he goes
puts
to
him down
6,
to
yeah,
2,
puts
and
down to
attack
2,
for
yeah,
11.
and attack for lethal. Yeah, and the dismember actually kills it exactly. I wondered if maybe the Master couldn't survive the dismember, but it's only
Not the
5-5.
case.
Yep. Yeah, so he even can just tap it and it's enough because he had to take 1 damage from his City of Brass.
Ano, my máme.
So the players are heading for game 2 and we can look at Valentin's sideboard because we covered Marek's sideboard last round. Valentin has actually a lot of very good cards in his matchup. He has 3 Horcrux Recalls, 1 Disenchant, 2 Stony Silences, and 2 Gachas.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of cards. If I count correctly, it's like 8 very very good cards in this matchup. So and Mark also cannot improve that much afterboard. Like I mean, he has 2 ensnaring bridges, but considering that Valentin has so much hate, artifact hate in his sideboard, they're not just gonna be enough. Like Mark doesn't really have that much. He can bring in like 2 ensnaring bridges, maybe the Totsis and certainly the one Dismember, but I don't really see him taking games after board.
Koho? Krkovičku. To bych se taky mohl dát Krkovici. Počkáš na mě, já si dám taky Krkovici. Přesně to do sebe nasypu.
Na to mám dost kluk, ale dnes jsem si říkal, že se nezaplácnu dneska, že jako myslím to nebylo, ale fakt jako přesolený. Tak to nějak neodhad.
So looking at Marek's sideboard, he doesn't have a lot for this matchup. He has 2 answering bridges that can be quite potent, potentially 2 Totsis and Dismember. All those cards are decent, but nothing really backbreaking to swing the matchup, especially considering that Valentin has 8 completely brutal cards in the matchup.
Okay, so once again, I think Marek just kept his 7, and while Valentin mulligan to 6. Or I might be wrong, actually.
No, I think they're still just like
Yep.
shuffling.
Okay, so this time Marek is the one that mulligans his hand. while Valentin seems to be happy with his hand. I guess I think I see Stony Silence, which is by itself like the reason why you keep this hand.
Yeah, would you keep 6 lands and Stone Silence in this matchup?
I would not.
I think it's close at least. You would keep 5 lands and Stone Silence on 6, right?
But on 6?
Yeah,
On 6, 5 lands, Stony Silence. Yeah, I would.
yeah.
Actually,
It just shows you how brutal this
yeah,
card is
how
in
good
the
the card
matchup.
is. Yeah, like I think any like Stony Silence and any non-land plus like 4 lands on 6 is snap keep in this matchup.
Yep, I agree with that.
Also, Valentin has I think I saw 2 Sky Spawners and Totnos here. So if he has the Eldrazi land, this hand is just like the same as the last time. He does have brutal cards, good curve.
Yep. It, is he gonna mulligan 5? Or,
I hope not. So the game is at least competitive.
yep. Seems like he's thinking about it, which probably means that the hand isn't great. So if he's gonna keep the Stone Silence, it's just gonna destroy him.
Yeah, I think I see like Springly Draven to Dark Citadels, which are the 2 lands you really don't want to see if your opponent is on Stony Silence. But let's see. Here it goes.
And
Oh,
even Rue got
even
shot.
got shot.
Yeah. So Marek really needs to draw Totsies here, otherwise he's just dead. And it wasn't a Totsies.
Kernel plating. Like he can have Totsies in his hand, but I don't think I see it. Yeah, I think he has like 4 more lands in his hand, so that's really not it. And he even plays the... Oh god, this Stone Silence is gonna be so good.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just conceded in response to the Stone Silence.
I don't think you can slam it more fast than Valentin did.
He's like, yep, that sucks.
Okay, I'm dead. So currently, none of the cards that Marek played
He just,
do anything.
he just put all those cards aside. Like, yep, this doesn't do anything.
But like, if you play Affinity, you have to be afraid of those Stony Silences. Okay, even dismember.
Doesn't even matter what Valentin is going
Yeah.
to play from now on. Another Darksteel Citadel seems great.
I think if he just played the Sky Spawner and attacked 7 times, it would be enough. It doesn't matter that much. Just attack for 7, play Totnos here on. So
Yep, 3 blanks. Just take the master.
yeah, next turn Valentin is just
Gonna
going
play
to play
Smasher.
like Smasher, Totnos here. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Like Peter said, this game is just over. That's a start, right? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, he's not conceding because it's finals, but yeah, the game is just over.
I wouldn't even show the gacha. I would be like,
I would just shoot my face or something.
I would shoot my Sky Spawner maybe.
And game.
Okay,
Congratulations to Valentin Schneider for winning the Modern Main Event here at Prague Eternal. This is gonna be everything for today. So thanks for watching, and until next time.
Yeah.
Bye.